Hey y'all, it's Tim Miller from the Bulwark. Donald Trump has been completely deranged and unhinged over on his social media feed today. I know he thinks nobody notices because nobody's on Truth Social, whatever he calls it. But, we got to monitor it. We got to know what's happening in the mind of one of the two people that might be the next president of the United States. And what's happening in that mind? I don't know. It's either like a monkey clapping the cymbals or like a tornado / hurricane vibe in there because things have gotten very weird. I want to focus on a series of memes that he sent, that he retruthed is what he calls them, rebleeding is what we call them around here. That are some of the most deranged things I've ever seen in my life. But before that, it's not just the retruthing, it's the things that he writes himself. Here's the latest dispatch of those we're going to look through here today, and it's unclear exactly what it's about. He's unhappy about Kamala's social media numbers. I guess he thinks that she's getting fake view counts compared to his totally real, definitely not Russian bot view counts. Anyway, I want to read you this tweet. This is the man that wants to be the president of the United States. Every word is all caps. It's always fake with Kamala. We're dominating her on social media, so she makes up a fake list of her numbers versus my numbers. All of our engagement is real and organic, while Kamala has to pay for her fake engagement. We're beating her, quote, like a drum, end quote, like we will beat her on November 5th. It's all fake. It's all misinformation and disinformation. We are destroying the Democrats on social media. Like, what is this about? What is he even talking about? My number, her numbers versus my numbers. She makes up a fake list. Like, he is so, as Barack Obama would have put it, he is so obsessed with like the size of things. He's like so obsessed with it. He can't. It's the crowd size has to be the biggest. The audience size has to be the biggest on social media. Nobody's on Truth Social, so it's impossible that he could have the biggest social media audience because nobody's on there. And if you're telling me all these people are real, I hope not, because I weep for our society if all of the people that follow Donald Trump are real. I pray that some of them are Russian bots or, I don't know, bots from Azerbaijan or, there could be bots from other countries. So, that's it. That's something he puts up today, 11/11. And, that is just kind of a one-off. All right, now this group of memes that we're about to show you, conspiratorial, racist, wacky, insane, are all in reply to a bleat that Trump sent about RFK's former VP nominee, Nicole Shanahan. Now, Nicole Shanahan is a pretty loopy-doopy woman herself. Just the other day, I caught an interview of her where she was saying that if the Democrats win, she's worried that there will be a repeat of the Great Famine in this country, reminiscent of the Great Famine in China, because communists or something. Who even fucking knows? I mean, the Democrats have been in charge for 4 years right now. There's no famine. We have lowest unemployment rate in ages. But okay, so whatever. So this weird woman who thinks that there's going to be a famine if the Democrats take over, no longer has a job because she was going to be VP to RFK. She does have a lot of money from some past marriage. But anyway, Trump sends out a video of her where she is agreeing with him that our justice system is rigged and it's been co-opted and abused by nefarious people with malevolent political agendas. Ooh. This whole thing is just like, because it all was sparked by the latest grand jury in the Jack Smith case in D.C., once again approving an indictment against Trump. Once again, for people that aren't familiar, we have some overseas viewers in our American system. In cases such as this, there's a grand jury of regular people, of your peers, not the deep state. It's not like one person in the bowels of the Justice Department that decides this stuff. The Justice Department has a prosecutor. Trump has lawyers. They make a case to a grand jury that then determines whether or not there is enough evidence to move forward with the indictment, right? So it's regular folks looking at evidence, making a judgment based on the evidence. The justice system. That's our justice system. That's how it works. Not saying they don't ever get it wrong. Plenty of black folks in this country could talk to you about the times that they got it wrong. Plenty of there have been wrongly convicted people. But This isn't a plot. It's not a nefarious plot. It's in multiple jurisdictions now. Multiple different grand juries have said that Donald Trump, with a relevant probable cause, committed these crimes, and that the prosecution should be able to make their case. And so that has now happened again. It was sort of a re-upped version of the existing Jack Smith January 6th case following the Supreme Court issue. So that's what sparked all this. Nicole Shanahan talking about how these people are out to get Trump and this conspiracy stuff. And what happens then is a bunch of people reply to that post that Trump put up, quoting Nicole Shanahan. And it shouldn't be surprising that when you put up a post on a social media site that's an insane asylum for conspiracy mongers, and the post talks about the nefarious deep state and how the justice system's out to get MAGA people and et cetera, that the replies will include a lot of totally unhinged people that believe your lies and that have gone along with them and now believe these conspiracies. And despite the fact that many of these people, I'm sure, are law-abiding people that live in the heartland that Jack Smith doesn't spend 1 second thinking about, they've decided that, who knows, maybe they'll be targeted. And so they, have to now back Trump as part of this historic battle that exists in their imagination. So here's some of the memes. All roads lead to Obama. Read truth if you want public military tribunals. I wanted to lead with this one for a reason, because it says right there on the meme, read truth if you want public military tribunals. Trump retruthed it. So it's not subtle. It's not one of those things where Trump can be like, well, I just wanted people to see it and, I'm just supporting my fans. No, like it says, like he did the thing that the meme asks that calls for public military tribunals. So that's what Trump is now planning, saying that he would like to do if he gets back in. That's noteworthy. Speaking of tribunals, here's another meme. Indict the unselect January 6th committee. There's our friend Adam Kinzinger. There's Liz Cheney. There's Adam Schiff, Benny Thompson. Read truth if you want to lock them up. Donald Trump retruthed it. So again, not subtle here. No questions. Donald Trump's explicit plans is that he wants to lock up Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger and Benny Thompson and Adam Schiff. So there it is. He wants public military tribunals, pointing towards Obama, and he wants to lock up Kinzinger, Cheney, and the Democrats on the January 6th committee. Then we've got this one, a little vaguer. This is not another 4-year election returning power to the people. I flagged this because, again, Trump retruths it. I got to say, given the coup attempt on January 6th, I'm a little uncomfortable with the phrase, this is not another 4-year election. Because it is. It's a 4-year election. If whoever wins then leaves in 4 years, if it's Trump, because he already had one term, and if it's Kamala, she puts herself up for another 4-year election. Again, this one leaves a little room for judgment, I guess. Maybe they're just trying to say that this is more important than the other elections. But 4-year, it's just not like a common phrase, 4-year election. It seems to me to be implying that Trump winning would mean that he would want to stay in power past the 4 years. And given the fact that he's alluded to that, joked about it, and tried to stay in power last time, I don't think that's too big of a stretch. Okay, here we've got this one, classy. It's a picture of Kamala and Hillary with funny how blowjobs impacted both their careers differently. This guy is just so sick. I mean, if there's any doubt, if you have any doubt about the persistence of racism and misogyny in this country and that there's a 2-tiered system, like the way that they've treated Hillary and Kamala and others around this just show. And it is just impossible to imagine. Like, imagine if Kamala Harris was on her third husband and she had children, multiple children from all of the husbands. So and that she cheated on the third husband with like a Chippendale and then lied about it. Like, is there any chance that she would be the nominee of a party? I just, obviously not. I mean, the disgusting things that'd be said about her, like just the way, the expectations, so that he can just make these jokes when he is like just a tiny dicked womanizer. The whole thing is just gross. All right, back to the jail memes. How to actually fix the system. We've got now in jail Biden, Hunter, Nancy, Hillary, Fauci, Gates, and Kamala. So just to kind of wrap it all together, among these various memes that Trump pushed out, he wants to jail Bill Gates and Anthony Fauci over COVID, I guess, Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney, Benny Thompson, Zoe Lofgren, Adam Schiff, Pete Aguilar, and Stephanie Murphy. That's a pretty extensive jailing plan that Trump has. And like, again, it's not, there's no other way to define this, right? And it is strange. I don't really love doing media criticism on here, but it is strange, the imbalance that, if Kamala Harris had put something out saying that she wanted to jail, the entire Trump family and Mitch McConnell and blah, 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 like that would be, I believe that would lead the nightly news tonight, because that would be absolutely insane. And so he pushes this out, and it's like, well, it's just over on truth. A couple more. Spygate. Never has a president left office to collude with others to impede the next sitting president of the United States until Obama. I hope for your sake that you don't know what Spygate is. I do, unfortunately. This is based on a theory going back to 2016 that Trump's phones were tapped by the Obama administration during the transition. What is really true is that there was an ongoing investigation into the hacks from Russia that targeted our political system. That investigation included looking into Carter Page, who was a Russian asset at one point that also worked for the Trump campaign, and a handful of other hankers-on, and they were looked into, but not Trump. Like, Trump wasn't spied on. But, they kind of allied all this by making it seem like, oh, well, this one staffer was, and so now my wires are tapped. There's a famous tweet that Trump sent about how Obama tried to tap his wires. So anyway, that's that one. And then this is kind of a QAnon thing about how the world will soon understand nothing can stop what's coming. That's ominous. I'm just going to say that's ominous and move on. Jack Smith is a devil. That's another one that he rebleated. And that's just a taste, really. But I think that given Donald Trump's extensive plans to do extrajudicial jailings, his plan for some kind of world domination, like Pinky and the Brain style, and the gross misogynistic jokes about Kamala, that pretty much covers the themes. One other thing, just while I was on Truth Social, it's worth flagging. I just wanted to show you guys some of the ads I noticed. Here's one for ivermectin. That's still a thing, apparently. There's people are still taking ivermectin, and this looks fake. It looks like it's like a pack of cigarettes or something, but I don't know. 20 tablets if you just need a little ivermectin in your system. Boom, they're selling that on Truth. Here's this one. This is kind of a sad one I want to leave you with. Do your kids know who's better for the economy? Here's a kid's guide to voting for President Trump. That's about as depressing as it gets. So, to sum it up, we have an absolutely deranged lunatic leading one of the parties, tweeting his plans to become an autocrat, jail all his political foes, and besmirch the reputations of any woman who challenges him, I guess, and advance QAnon conspiracy theories that have led to like very real life problems, offline problems, people going to try to find babies in the basement of a pizza parlor with a gun, for example. So pretty dark stuff. Needs to be monitored. Also, I think is a sign of Trump's mental state, which is not good. But to me, I think the bigger takeaway here is the nature of the threat. And that, we can point and laugh at the absurdity of some of this, but the seriousness is undeniable. So we'll be back. Thank you for checking out the feed. Subscribe. Unfortunately, I monitor True Social, so you don't have to. And we'll be seeing you here soon. Peace. Hey, if you like this video and our content, I'd love for you to become a Bulwark Plus subscriber. You get access to bonus podcasts, secret podcasts, and newsletters we put out every day, plus some behind-the-scenes takes that I don't always post on this feed. In addition, you can become part of the Bulwark community. Come over to our Substack and comment and meet other like-minded people. We'd love to have you. Starting today, you can get a free trial at thebulwark.com/free trial. The link is right here on the screen and below in the description. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Come on and give it a free try today.